biblical times.
Have you ever wondered why the tomb of Jesus was guarded? After all, the religious leaders didn't believe he was the Messiah, and the Romans had no reason to fear a man who was crucified and died in such a humiliating manner. So, why was the tomb of Jesus, the man they thought was a failed prophet, guarded by soldiers? What were they guarding it from? Was this a typical practice for all tombs? Today, we'll uncover the mystery behind the guards at Jesus' tomb, and what it reveals about the incredible story of his resurrection. The Gospels tell us that after Jesus died, his body was placed in a tomb owned by a man named Joseph of Arimathea. This tomb was sealed with a large stone, and yet, despite his death being the fulfillment of the religious leaders' wishes, they didn't just let the tomb be. No, they took extra precautions. They asked Pilate for a guard to be placed at the tomb, and Pilate granted their request. Well, it's important to understand that these religious leaders had a very specific concern. They feared that Jesus' followers might steal his body and claim he had risen from the dead, as he had foretold. Let's dive into what this reveals about the deeper spiritual significance of Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection. Matthew chapter 27 verses 62 to 66 tells us that after Jesus' crucifixion, the chief priests and Pharisees went to Pilate and said, "Sir, we remember that while he was still alive, that deceiver said, 'After 3 days I will rise again.' So, give the order for the tomb to be made secure until the 3rd day. Otherwise, his disciples may come and steal the body and tell the people that he has been raised from the dead. This last deception will be worse than the first." So, what were they guarding against? They weren't guarding against the possibility of Jesus coming back to life. They didn't believe he was the Messiah, remember. What they were truly guarding against was the truth that Jesus had claimed he would rise again. They were trying to prevent his followers from fulfilling his prophecy, even though they didn't understand that Jesus had the power to rise regardless of their efforts. Now, you might be asking, did the Romans always guard tombs like this? No, this was an unusual case. Typically, tombs were not guarded. In fact, it was rare for the Roman authorities to place guards at the tombs of the dead, especially when they were not expecting any significant disturbances. But this was no ordinary situation. The guards were placed at Jesus' tomb because of the unique claim that he would rise from the dead. The religious leaders knew that if his body went missing, rumors would spread, and the movement that began with his life would be far more dangerous than they ever imagined. What does this tell us? It shows the lengths to which the forces of evil will go to try to prevent the truth. It shows the spiritual battle at play, with darkness trying to hold back the light. But what's incredible is that no human effort, no seal, no guard, no stone, could ever stop what God had planned. Now, let's talk about the outcome. On the 3rd day, when the stone was rolled away and the tomb was found empty, the guards' efforts were proven meaningless. In Matthew chapter 28, verses 2 to 4, we read that an angel of the Lord came down from heaven, rolled back the stone, and sat on it. The guards, trembling with fear, became like dead men. They had no power over the divine event that was unfolding. So why does this matter to us today? The guarded tomb is not just a historical curiosity, it's a powerful symbol of the victory of Jesus over sin, death, and the grave. It shows that no matter how much the world tries to suppress the truth, God's plan will always prevail. The resurrection of Jesus is the ultimate triumph of light over darkness, life over death, and truth over lies. When we look at the tomb, we are reminded that nothing can stop God's will. The stone was rolled away not just to let Jesus out, but to let us in, to show us that the way to eternal life has been opened. The resurrection of Jesus is the cornerstone of our faith, and it's what assures us that no matter how impossible things may seem, God is always in control. So why was Jesus' tomb guarded? It wasn't because the religious leaders believed in his power to rise again. It was because they feared the truth. and they were trying to prevent the impossible from happening. But as we know, no stone could hold him in, no guard could stop him, and no lie could cover the truth. Jesus rose from the dead, and in doing so, he proved that nothing can stand in the way of God's plan for our salvation. If you've been struggling with doubt, or if you're unsure of the power of Jesus in your life, look to the empty tomb. Let it remind you that God's promises are always fulfilled, no matter the obstacles. Jesus is alive, and because of that, we have hope, we have life, and we have victory over death. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with someone who needs to hear the truth about the resurrection of Jesus. And remember, the tomb is empty, and so is the power of sin over your life. Let that truth transform you today.
Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to dive deeper into your faith. Be the first to see our new videos by following the link in the description, comments, and bio. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Hit the like button and share your feedback in the comments. Don't forget to check out our next video as well. Sharing our content with friends and family could be the rejuvenation they need. Thank you for watching.